Hey everybody, it's Amber
and Paul,
and we are currently at Davis Mountain State Park in Fort Davis, Texas. Welcome to our channel. Definitely in a different area when the map says beware of mountain lions and javelinas. Paul is dropping off trash, and then we are going to go check out the scenic overlook at Davis Mountain State Park. So apparently it's a long winding road that goes up the mountain and you end up at the top. We can see our Airstream way down there. I don't know what he sees. He's barking at the rocks.
Taxi.
Jaxie,
Okay,
what?
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I don't, he's barking at the rocks. If you can see, we're passing. It's just like a rock.
Taxi. It's okay.
He didn't bark going uphill.
Blinders on him. Going downhill.
Are you freaking out because we're going down? Woo! Good job.
Right in the toy box. Go get it. Right in the toy box.
He's getting pretty good about catching it. Are you so happy? So some of the neighbors were walking the dogs here at the state park, and they said, "Did they tell you about the skunks?" And I was like, no. Well, apparently where we're at last night, there was a whole bunch of skunks in where our RV is now. And one of the guys that's next to us was sitting in his lawn chair and felt something go underneath his legs. And it was a skunk. So the neighbor said, so if you see cats tonight, it might not be a cat. It has been like toward the hundreds for a while now, and having fresh air and opening our windows is awesome. Y'all, Paul was laughing at me earlier because I went and put on my long sleeve shirt. I want you to take a look at this. Now he's got one on too. Right now, he's putting up the security cameras. We're gonna see how many skunks we can count tomorrow. We don't have any Wi-Fi. It doesn't work out here unless you drive to the scenic outlook point at the top of the mountain. Then you get perfect reception. Just FYI, but at our campsite we don't, but we can take out the SD card and we can look and see what comes around our RV at night. So, pretty good. So, I'm going to be pulling out some sweaters. We're trying to get our walking in and get back before dark, before the skunks start to congregate, apparently. I don't know if you can see the beautiful pink in the sky, but wow, sunsets in the mountain. I don't know, I might be a mountain girl. Hello friends, it's our first morning waking up in the Davis Mountain State Park. We've already been to the top of the mountain, which seems to be the only place we can get cell service. I wanted to check on my daughter, make sure that she is doing okay. In the last video I said that the whole family is struggling with COVID, and she's still got some battling to do, but the medication, she feels better this morning than she did last night. So we're going to take that as a win. Paul's fixing to put Jaxie in the RV, and we're actually going to head to a little town about 20 miles from here called Marfa. Paul wanted to go into town just to check things out, and so that's what we're going to do. And this morning when we woke up, it was 55 degrees. My feet, my hands were like blocks of ice. And so we had to unpack all of our containers with our warmer clothes. And so I'm wearing a sweatshirt today, and I don't have any long pants. I've got to get some, and so I'm wearing capris with my sandals, but it's okay because it is going to warm up today, most likely to the 70s. So we just got to get past this morning. So on the way to Marfa, we stopped by the historical site of Fort Davis, and it's pretty cool. I'm hoping to learn some things about it because I don't really know a lot about Fort Davis. This Fort Davis historic site is actually an old military post.
breakfast, we had beef hash, dry sliced bread and coffee. For dinner, sliced beef, dry bread and coffee. For supper, coffee straight, just dry bread and coffee. The food was very poor.
A sergeant stationed at Fort Davis.
Several enlisted men having succumbed to scurvy, I ordered that a garden be planted, so that the men may be assured fresh vegetables.
Post Surgeon Daniel Wiesel, 1868.
It's amazing looking through these old buildings because they're empty now, but when you think about the history and the soldiers that were here away from their families, it was truly the Wild West when they were here. Apache Indians were around and there was constant threat. It's incredible just to see how they lived. But to imagine people here in a day-to-day living, it's so eye-opening to come to historic sites and remember the things that we have forgotten and the cost that was paid. This was the church that I'm sure a lot of men prayed in. These were commanding officer and lieutenant's quarters. Now we are walking toward the post hospital. So this is an example of officers' quarters. It's pretty nice. This is the lieutenant's quarters. So that historic Fort Davis site was like finding gold. This is why we love traveling so much. So right now we're driving through the actual town of Fort Davis, right? Okay, and we're on our way to Marfa.
Mad Dog's Cantina.
Continue on Texas 17.
Okay, so we're stopping at Marfa Burritos in Marfa to grab some lunch. Well, it's a beautiful day for it.
Bacon egg.
You want bacon and egg?
Yeah.
Babe, how's your taco?
Oh.
Okay, if you come to Marfa, you have to do Marfa burritos. It's just like a little house. And it has a lot of outside and inside seating area. They take cash only. The burritos are humongous, but they're so authentic and wonderful. I got the carne, Paul got the bacon and egg. All I can say is, wow, the best taco I've ever had. And I'm from San Antonio area. They've got good tacos down there, but this is the best. So I do recommend it. I'm in heaven right now with this taco. I'm gonna have to look up the history of this place, Marta Burritos, because inside There is a lot of pictures of her. I guess she's the owner, with famous actors like Matthew McConaughey and many others. So I'm gonna have to look up the history on this. The tacos should be known worldwide, okay? That's how good they are. So apparently this Hotel Paciano is where the movie Giant was actually filmed. We are back home, and since Jaxie has had to be in the RV all morning, we're gonna take him for a walk and just enjoy the scenery. It is probably in the 70s now, and it feels wonderful. Just, we're so used to being in 90-degree weather and higher that it's just such a great change. We just had an awesome experience. So we saw an Airstream, and you know, they are our people. And so we stopped by. The guy was sitting outside, and we're like, hi, we're your fellow Airstreamers. You're around the corner. And he said, oh, I love your rig. Anyway, we got to talking. He goes, I'm gonna go get my wife. I guess they saw Living the Do Life on the side of Paul's truck, and so they had subscribed, and she knew our dog's name, she knew our name. They're such nice people, and they have a cool Airstream. All Airstreams are cool. They have an International and the most beautiful black puppy. I didn't want to be rude and film them, you know, but it was so awesome. And then yesterday, we met another person, and he was excited about our channel and watching us as well. So it's been really nice. You know, Paul has that on the side of his truck, and I guess when we go places, people are seeing it. So that's just a really good feeling, because as you all know, we are super passionate about Airstreams in particular, but full-time RVing and full-time traveling as well. And so when you get with people that are like-minded like that, and they're excited too, it's incredibly, it's just, I love it. So we were on our last walk of the evening and taking Jaxie for a little walk. We see this other little Airstream up here, and they're home, so we're hoping we run into them so we can just strike up a conversation. Oh, so the couple that I told you about earlier that we met, their names are Nancy and Tom, and they actually came over to the Airstream because we had invited them to, and looked around, and we got to know them a little bit better. Very nice couple. So Nancy and Tom, if you're watching, hello. And it was wonderful meeting you, and we hope to catch up with you down the road one day. So we met him, the one with the little Bambi Airstream. His wife is bird watching right now. If I'm out of breath, it's because I'm out of shape. And there's a lot of hills and steep inclines, but it's good for me. I need the exercise, and the air is so clean, and it's just really nice. But anyway, when his wife gets back from bird watching, they're gonna come over. I love making friends on the road. And I don't know a stranger. If they're sitting outside, they're fair game. I'm gonna walk up and say, hi, how are you? I've never done that where someone was not receptive and wasn't like loving to have a conversation. So one thing about here is that with Jaxie, we have to watch him. First of all, the ants wear combat boots. These ants are big. And so we have to watch those ant piles because that's not good. The big red ants, you know. But also, they have stickers in the grass. So we've had to get stickers out of his paws several times.
I'm a modern age Boy Scout nowadays. We use lighters. We don't rub sticks together no more.
Bring it. I'm ready to smell like campfire. And what's so cool is that we woke up this morning and it was 55 degrees. And I have been so bummed because I've wanted to put my pumpkins and all that stuff out, but it was in the 90s. So today is technically the first day of fall, and we have a fire and nice cool weather. So it's perfect. Babe, are you having a good time?
Relaxful time.
Yeah. Good morning. So Paul got up this morning and took Jaxie out, and he always walks around the trailer in the morning just to check on everything and notice that we have a leak where we should not. So he came inside and he's been trying to track down where the leak is coming from, and he found it, and so now he's going to see if he has everything he needs to fix it.
Okay. There's valves underneath the trailer to drain the water out of the lines, and, you know, so you can winterize and stuff. So what I'm doing to fix the leak, I drain all the water out of the lines, so I have less water on the inside when I take it apart.
So while Paul is draining the lines, I'm gonna go ahead and get breakfast started. There's nothing else I could do, so I might as well get it going.
Heat pump still working, babe?
Yep. While the bacon's cooking, coffee. Yes.
Yeah, looks like I'm glad I bought them.
Yeah. Well, on a positive note, we had absolutely nothing planned today. No trips or excursions or anything, so if it was going to happen, today was the best day. So Jaxie earned his keep last night. Remember at the beginning I told you that they warned us about skunks? Well, last night we had the campfire. It was so nice. We roasted marshmallows and just did the fall thing. And this guy, it was dark, and we had moved our chairs over to the fire ring, and we're facing the opposite direction of the Airstream. And this guy was standing guard facing, you know, watching our backs, I guess you could say. And a skunk was trying to sneak up behind us. And I've never heard such a terrifying low growl come from this boy. And the skunk ended up running off, so he saved the day. And so we're like, well, so we stayed out at the fire ring and enjoyed it, and he faced the opposite direction behind us and watched our back. I mean, he was on Jaxie. He was on full alert to make sure that nothing snuck up behind us. So he earned his keep last night. He can be mean. He can not be mean, but he can be terrifying. That low growl, I wouldn't have come any closer either. Speaking of last night, we were looking up at the stars and they were just clear as day. It was really beautiful and amazing to see. We enjoyed it. Do y'all do this? Mix a little bit of eggs when you make eggs into your dog's dog food? Jaxie knows when it's egg day and he gets super excited and starts pacing the floor. New plan. So we need a part, and we went into Fort Davis and they don't have it. So now we're heading to Alpine, which I think is 22 miles or so away. That's where we're heading now. I just had to stop. We're on the way back from Alpine. We got the part. And look at this incredible scenery. It's just miles and miles of just beautiful mountains. It's just stunning. This is our last afternoon in the Davis Mountains. We will be heading out in the morning, so we wanted to come back up to the top one more time and just enjoy these beautiful mountains. It's absolutely stunning here.
I'm gonna pull this valve over here. Alright, got the part now. It's not silver, but it's white. It's the only one they had. It'll do for now. I'll stop off at Camping World later and pick up a silver one and use this one for a spare if it ever happens again. So let me show you what happened. This is the one it came with. I sprung a leak. There's a little pinhole right there. You can't even see it, and it was spewing out like a little steady stream. It was getting on the hoses and stuff, and it was behind some plumbing and stuff, and I couldn't hardly see. So I thought it was the hoses, but couldn't find out. It's this inlet, water inlet. It's got a little pinhole in it. No leakies. Don't tighten these up with a drill. I just kind of run them down, then I do them with a screwdriver. So that way they don't strip out in the aluminum. All done. Now we can have a hot shower tonight. No problem. No leaks.
Good news, no leak on the inside either. So he replaced 2 hoses. before he was able to narrow it down to the inlet valve. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to, you know, those water leaks, they drip down multiple hoses and then you can't tell which one it's coming from. So that was the case here. We had to drive quite a ways to find the part we needed, but we got it done just in time since we're leaving in the morning. So yeah, it's fixed. So just to give you a time reference, we found this leak, or Paul did, at 9 o'clock this morning, and it is now 5:15 p.m. But you know, we didn't have anything scheduled for today. We got to see the city of Alpine. I didn't really do any filming in Alpine because literally we're just driving, stopping, getting a part, and trying to get back. So Alpine is actually a very pretty town, and I am hoping one day we can get back and truly be able to appreciate it. But thanks, Alpine, for having the part we need. I've been seeing these trees everywhere, and I'm wondering what kind of trees they are. So we're going on our last nightly walk around the loop. There's Paul, and there's Jaxie. We're leaving in the morning, and we're really gonna miss this place. We've loved it here. There's something very different about the mountains. When you go up there and you're looking down, it's just so peaceful. So Paul and I, we're both huffing and puffing getting up this hill, but our legs have definitely had a workout. How do you feel about leaving tomorrow?
Good. See what's down the road. See what other sights we can see.
Yeah. He's gotten to where when he gets a sticker, he just stops, looks at us like, got another one. Can you get it out? We are going to go ahead and end this video here. We thank you so much for watching the video. We have loved our stay here, and if you ever get to come up to the Davis Mountain State Park, we really recommend it.
Everybody, please leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Thanks for watching.
Bye everybody, and don't forget to live simply, dream big, and do life. We love y'all. Mwah.
Bye-bye.